Somewhere over the Middle East, Iran scrambled its best fighter jet. The pilot was confident. He had trained for this moment his entire career. He believed his jet was powerful enough. He believed he had a chance. But what he didn't know was that Israel's F-35 Adir was already watching him, already locked on, already ready to fire. The Iranian pilot never saw it coming, and by the time he did, it was already over. Welcome back to Military Explained Today. Today we are covering one of the most one-sided air battles in modern military history, Iran's F-4 Phantom versus Israel's F-35 Adir. Before we dive in, let me be very clear. This is not just a story about two fighter jets. This is a story about the massive gap between old Cold War technology and next-generation air power. A gap so large in that the outcome of this battle was decided before either jet ever left the ground. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why Iran's Air Force is completely outmatched by Israel in 2025, and why Iranian pilots should be very afraid every single time they take to the skies. So let's start with Iran. What is Iran actually flying? The answer will shock you. Iran's Air Force relies heavily on the F-4 Phantom. Now here is something that is almost impossible to believe. The F-4 Phantom first flew in 1958, that is right. Iran is sending its pilots into potential combat, situations in jets that are nearly 70 years old. These aircraft were originally built for the United States Air Force and Navy during the Cold War era. Iran received them before the 1979 Islamic Revolution and has been desperately struggling to maintain them ever since. Because of decades of international sanctions, Iran cannot access proper spare parts or modern upgrades. Their mechanics are essentially keeping these aging jets alive through improvised repairs and reverse engineered components. The result is a fighter jet that is falling apart and being held together by determination alone. The F-4 Phantom has zero stealth capability. Its radar systems are completely outdated, its weapons have limited range, and while its top speed of Mach 2.2 sounds impressive on paper, speed means absolutely nothing when your enemy can see you clearly out and you cannot detect them at all. And that is exactly Iran's devastating problem against the F-35 Adir. Now let's talk about what Iran is actually up against. The F-35 Adir, in Hebrew, Adir, means mighty, and mighty does not even begin to describe what this aircraft is capable of. Israel operates the most advanced and most heavily customized version of the F-35 in the entire world. No other country has what Israel has. The Israeli Air Force worked directly with Lockheed Martin, the manufacturer, to build a jet specifically designed for Israel's unique combat needs in the Middle East. The result is a fighter jet that has absolutely no equal in the entire region. Nothing Iran has, nothing Iran could ever build and comes close to matching what the F-35 Adir brings to the battlefield. So let's break down exactly why on category by category. Number 1, stealth technology. This is where Iran's nightmare truly begins. The F-35 Adir is virtually invisible to radar. Its entire airframe, every curve, every surface, every angle, is specifically designed to absorb and deflect radar signals. From the front, the F-35 Adir has the radar signature of a small metal golf ball. Iran's most advanced radar systems simply cannot detect it until it is far too late to react. By the time Iran knows the Adir is there, the missile is already in the air. Number 2, sensor systems. The F-35 Adir carries the most advanced sensor and avionics package ever installed in a fighter jet. Its pilot wears a helmet that costs more than most fighter jets Iran operates. Through that helmet, the Israeli pilot can see a complete 360-degree view of the entire battlefield. He can literally see through the aircraft itself, above, below, behind, in every direction simultaneously. Iran's F-4 Phantom pilot sits in a cockpit with basic instruments that were considered modern in the 1960s. The difference is not just one generation, it is several generations. It is the difference between a smartphone and a rotary telephone. Number 3, weapon systems. The F-35 Adir carries the most advanced beyond visual range missiles in the world. This means Israel can identify a target, lock on, and fire a missile, and destroy that target before the enemy pilot ever sees the F-35 on his radar screen. Iran's pilot would never know what hit him. He would never get the chance to react. He would never get the opportunity to defend himself. The engagement would be over. Before it truly began, number 4, speed and maneuverability. The F-35 Adir reaches speeds of Mach 1.6, but raw speed is not the advantage here. The real advantage is its flight control system. Every movement of the F-35 Adir is precise. Every response is instant. Its computer systems make thousands of micro adjustments every single second, keeping the jet perfectly controlled in any combat situation. Iran's aging F-4 Phantom cannot come close to matching this level of precision and control in a turning dogfight in a climbing engagement. Now let's put these two jets directly head to head, category by category, number by number, and let's see exactly how badly Iran is outmatched in every single area of modern air combat. Stealth. F-35 Adir, completely invisible to radar. Radar signature the size of a golf ball. Iran cannot detect it. Iran cannot track it. Iran cannot target it. The F-35 Adir moves through Iranian airspace like a ghost. Silent, invisible, deadly. Iran's F-4 Phantom in zero stealth capability. Fully visible on every radar system in the region. Every move the Iranian pilot makes is tracked in real time by Israeli systems. There is nowhere to hide. There is no tactical advantage. Iran is completely exposed from the moment its jet leaves the ground. Radar systems. F-35 Adir, equipped with the AN/APG-81 active electronically scanned array radar, one of the most powerful airborne radar systems ever built. It can track dozens of targets simultaneously at extreme range. It can detect aircraft that other radars simply cannot see. And it does all of this while remaining nearly undetectable itself. Iran's F-4 Phantom, equipped with radar technology from the 1960s, severely limited range, cannot track multiple targets simultaneously, cannot detect stealth aircraft. In a modern combat environment, this radar system is essentially useless against an opponent like Israel. Weapons. F-35 Adir carries AIM-120 AMRAAM, beyond visual range missiles, range of over 100 miles. Fire and forget technology. Lock on, fire. The missile guides itself to the target. The Israeli pilot can already be turning away before the missile even reaches Iran's jet. Israel also carries AIM-9X Sidewinder short-range missiles for close combat, with missiles so advanced that they can track targets at extreme angles that older missiles could never follow. Iran's F-4 Phantom carries aging short-range missiles with severely limited capability. Many of Iran's air-to-air missiles are decades old. Spare parts are impossible to source due to sanctions. Reliability is a serious question. In a real combat engagement, Iran cannot match Israel's weapons reach. Iran would need to get dangerously close to even attempt a shot, while Israel is already firing from over 100 miles away. Pilot technology. F-35 Adir pilot wears a helmet-mounted display system worth over $400,000. Can see in every direction through the aircraft itself. Has access to real-time battlefield data from satellites, ground stations, other aircraft, all simultaneously. Knows exactly where every threat is at every single moment. Iran's F-4 Phantom pilot relies on basic cockpit instruments, limited situational awareness, no real time, data linked to other systems, flying, essentially blind compared to what the Israeli pilot can see and process. So let's summarize the head-to-head. This is a 2025 Formula One racing car going up against a 1958 bicycle. The outcome was decided before either jet ever left the ground. Iran brought the wrong weapon to the wrong fight, and they paid the price for it. So what actually happens when these two jets meet in real combat? Let me paint you the exact picture. The F-35 Adir takes off. Silent, invisible, undetectable. Iran's radar systems are scanning the sky, but they see nothing because there is nothing to see. The Adir is a ghost. Meanwhile, the F-35 Adir's sensors have already located Iran's F-4 Phantom. The Israeli pilot can see everything, Speed, heading, altitude, exact position, all displayed perfectly in his helmet. The Iranian pilot is flying blind. His aging radar shows nothing. He cannot detect the F-35 Adir. He cannot track it. He cannot target it. He is completely in the dark. The Israeli pilot locks on from over 100 miles away. The Iranian pilot has absolutely no idea this is happening. He is still searching his radar screen, seeing nothing. The missile is fired. It travels at over 3 times the speed of sound toward the Iranian jet. By the time Iran's warning systems detect the incoming missile, it is already seconds away. No time to react. No time to maneuver. No time to survive. The engagement is over. Iran never had a single opportunity to fight back, not one. This is not science fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is the reality of next-generation air power in 2025. This is why Iran has been desperately attempting to develop its own advanced fighter program. Because Iranian military leaders understand the truth, even if they will not admit it publicly. Against the F-35 Adir, Iran has no answer. Iran has no solution. Iran has no chance. Now the bigger picture, why does this matter? Because Iran continues to threaten Israel every single week. Bold statements, empty promises, but here is the reality. Israel's F-35 Adir fleet grows. Every year, Israel has the most experienced combat pilots on the planet. Pilots who have flown real combat missions, not simulations. And the technology gap between Israel and Iran is not shrinking. It is growing wider every single year. The skies over the Middle East belong to Israel's F-35 Adir. Until Iran closes this massive technology gap, that will not change. Iran's F-4 Phantom versus Israel's F-35 Adir is not a battle. It is not a competition. It is not even a fair fight. It is a demonstration of exactly what happens when one side invests in next-generation technology and the other side is left behind. That is the full story. That is why Iran had no chance. If this video helped you understand modern air power, hit that like button right now. Subscribe and hit the bell for more fighter jet breakdowns every week. Next video, another massive air power showdown you will not want to miss. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.